Hello, friends. Pastor David Johnson, joining you here from Point Pleasant United Methodist Church, wanting to invite you to a sermon series we're going to have, really, that's going to lead us through the summer, called A Disciple's Path. We're going to talk about a number of things that relate to our discipleship journey as Christians. We're going to talk about calling and how God calls to us. Then we're going to talk about growing and how as we grow in faith, that calling within us also grows. We're going to talk about possibility and how as we move farther along our journey of discipleship, God often brings up ideas of new possibilities and of new things that we hadn't thought about, new opportunities in the world that speak to us. And then finally, we're going to end with what it means to come face to face with Jesus Christ and what it means to come face to face with God, and how as disciples, following a discipleship path, we can give ourselves fully to the God of love and mercy and grace. So we're going to be talking about the disciples' path, and we're going to use the book of Genesis, talking about Abram and as he becomes Abraham. And we're going to use stories from the Gospel of Matthew as well to explore this discipleship's path. This week specifically, we're going to talk about trusting the voice. What does it mean to... I'm sorry, excuse me. No. That was potential spam. Sorry about that. Does anybody ever receive calls that say potential spam? We're going to talk about trusting the voice that calls to us this week. We live in a world that often offers us potential spam. The voices we hear are often potential spam. So how do we know how we're hearing the voice of God? If we're hearing the voice of God, and how do we trust that voice when it does call to us? We're going to talk again about trusting the voice this week. If you would like to join us for worship, we worship at 10 a.m. in the great room of our ministry center for contemporary worship. And then our traditional worship is at 11:15 in our sanctuary, and our Khmer language worship begins at 1:30 in our sanctuary. I pray that you will join us as we explore a discipleship path this summer. God bless.